Hello, my name is Candace Mason, and today we'll be looking at a piece of propaganda used as an advertisement by Budweiser. This is for my Leap 2 for Com 416, taught by Renee Hobbs at the University of Rhode Island. Anheuser-Busch, or Budweiser more specifically, is no stranger to the uses of propaganda. The company, most famous for its beer, uses advertisements as propaganda in a very appropriate and purposeful way. As defined in Propaganda and Persuasion, propaganda is a deliberate and systematic attempt to shape perceptions, manipulate cognitions, and direct behavior to achieve a response that furthers the desired intent of the propagandist. In this specific case, the propagandist is Budweiser. When a person thinks of Budweiser, the first two things that one imagines is the beer itself and the Clydesdales that are often used for promotional purposes. The company more recently has taken on making more meaningful propaganda to which its audiences hopefully learn a lesson or two. Helena Joff discusses that Radley, 2002, proposes that visuals force people to engage with their own emotions. For the purpose of our advertisement, Budweiser brings the audience back to the origin of the company. It shows the struggles and hardships which we can all relate to that Adolphus Busch went through when journeying to America. The history of Anheuser-Busch goes back to the mid-1800s. The story is told by the following piece of propaganda in which the company is released right after a certain denomination of people were banned from traveling into the United States of America.
You don't look like you're from around here.
Warum bist du aus Deutschland?
I want the brew beer.
Welcome to America.
You don't want to hear. Go back home. American ship!
Welcome to St. Louis, son.
Beer for my friend, please.
Thank you. But next time, this is the beer we drink.
Eberhard Anheuser.
Adolphus Busch.
For the first time, Anheuser-Busch focuses less on the Clydesdales and more of its values as a business. The advertisement does not focus on the actual selling of the beer, but the ideas and values behind that dream. The advertisement follows Adolphus Busch, a German immigrant. He quite literally risked his life to travel across the ocean to America with not more than just an idea in his head. The advertisement closes with the saying, "When nothing stops your dream, this is the beer we drink." It focuses on that dreams are hard, but once you achieve them, they're real. The advertisement is very appropriately named Born the Hard Way, emphasizing the struggle that went into making up the Anheuser-Busch brand. In this video, Busch is shouted at when he arrives in the United States with phrases such as, "You're not wanted here and go back home." Instead of the company informing the viewers of the facts of how it came about, it instead made a personal connection to one of the founders. Joffe discusses how the problem with statistics, in this case, the facts about the founding of Anheuser-Busch, is that it conveys so little about the people it represents, what they feel, how they sound and look. It is not surprising, then, that the visuals often strike us more emotively than numbers. Budweiser proved this by instead telling a timeline, they told a story. The advertisement shows what Busch went through, and the audience can relate because most people have either been bullied or been the bully themselves. It is relatable not only through what is said, but through what is seen. Our country is made up of many different types of people whose ancestors came from all over the globe. The company clearly worked hard not to create, but to recreate the original story of the company's founding. This storytelling and cinematic viewing of what is said made the advertisement interesting and meaningful. What really brought the masses to it was the parallels to recent government actions happening in Washington, D.C. as per President Donald Trump. According to the company, this advertisement was in the works for over a year and a half when it was released. However, it was released right after President Trump's executive orders to temporarily reset the nation's immigration policies, which had just occurred. Budweiser Vice President Ricardo Marquez told Adweek, "There's really no correlation with anything else that is happening in the country." Regardless, the advertisement has earned the company a lot of discussion from social media, citing both criticism and praise. According to Timothy Blotz of Standby, executive at Anheuser-Busch would be reluctant to risk a brand as big as Budweiser by taking a political stand in a highly polarized consumer marketplace. In this case, the marketplace is the Super Bowl. He continues that it would also be naive to believe Budweiser didn't think it would cause controversy. This is where it takes a strong brand and brave marketing executives willing to stimulate discussion. As seen here by just 3 of thousands of the Twitter responses, some were happy for the stand on the policy change for immigration rights. Others were disappointed that a company that sells beer chose to voice their opinions about politics. What is interesting about this propaganda and the reactions to it is that it is never explicitly compared or contrasted to President Trump's policy change. This key criticism is completely omitted, which leaves the audience to fill in the blanks themselves. Whether or not they realized it, most audience members filled in said blanks. Those watching at the time of the release of the advertisement immediately thought about the recent happenings in government parallel to this advertisement. Some unintended consequences of this advertisement were those who were not happy with the so-called political stand of the company. As often with business and in politics, there will always be those who are unhappy with them. As Abraham Lincoln once said, you can please some of the people all of the time, you can please all the people some of the time, but you cannot please all the people all of the time. The most important thing when a company puts out a controversial piece of propaganda, such as Budweiser did, is to make sure that they are okay with all the different types of feedbacks that are about to occur. The company needs to make sure that if they are going to stand for something, what they are standing for is backed up in its values and ideals as a company and business. When Budweiser released its advertisement, it was standing up for its own values and ideals as a company. Whether or not it made the connection on purpose or by accident, Budweiser took a stand. On the screen now are the citations used for this presentation. Thank you.